relationship with the body?
See, the word Atman, I can tell you by an example. As I said, the generator electricity has got a fund of energy. The entire electricity comes from there. It goes into each bulb. The moment it enters into each bulb, then it is called Atman. It may be called a Jivatman, Jiva or Atman, all the three words are the same. The same electricity which is there, it is called Atman. But Atman is the moment it entered into it. But the moment he entered, later on when they thought that I am the bulb, when it began to think, then it becomes the Jivatman. Otherwise it remains the pure Atman. Atman is the term given for the portion of electricity which went into the bulb. When that portion identifies the bulb, it is called the Jiva or Jivatman. So it is only a small difference that is there. So Atman means the electricity which goes into the bulb. So that is why we say Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithya, Atma Brahmaiva Kevalam. This Atman and Brahman is the supreme being. That is the generator of electricity. This is the Atman here. Both are the same. The Ganges in your water bottle is the same as the Ganges. So as such, the Atman and the Brahman, the water bottle Ganges as well as the totality of the Ganges, they are the same. So ultimately they are the same. But for our knowledge purposes, for an ordinary ignorant man, we make this difference. The electricity inside the bulb is called the Atman. The electricity in the generator is called the Brahman.
Swamiji, how can we rise above this body level?
See, why are you thinking of this body level? There are two things. Number one, you become what you think continuously. So you have been hypnotized for bursts into thinking, I am the body, I am the body, I am this body, my body should be kept okay. My body, you see, look here, the bones are getting out, I think I should take more calcium. So this you have cultivated from the very beginning. Even a child, when it falls down, you go, oh, where did you get wounded? Does it pain here? You just allow it to leave. That's what many foreigners do. They don't care. So the body sense won't be so much. And not only that, the child when it is born, it doesn't know that this is a different body, that's a different body. Everything is one. The hospital, the wall, the nurses, the mother, all are one. It's a one indivisible scenery for it. It never knew that these are different. It was you when it became about 5 months old. What is this? What is this? Nose. You divide the child into hundreds. You started the division business when it was indivisible. This is how things are. What is your question? Sorry.
Yeah, my question was how can we come up above this body level?
So you do the reverse. You hypnotize yourself to think at all times, I am the Brahman, I am the Brahman, I am the totality. It is not a question of only hypnotizing and then doing all the things the Atman does and going and shooting the examiner because he gave 0 marks to your son. Don't do that. You live as the Brahman at that time because you have heard from the Upanishads and all that how it is there. It is impartial, it has no friends, it has no foes. Cultivate it all. That is the way to do it. And ultimately, you will be able to do it fully with the grace of the Lord and grace of the Guru. Pray for it, pray for it. That is where the prayers play a very, very important role. And what no japa can do for you, what no meditation can do for years, this grace of the Guru or the grace of the Lord can do it in the twinkle of a moment.
Swamiji, most of the men are always fearful of losing something. How can we get rid of fear?
See, look here. Again the point is, our perception has always been wrong. We have not been having the right perception of things. We think
we are fearful of losing something. How can we get rid of fear?
The scriptures say that fear arises out of our seeing the duality in this world. When you say, he is my friend, he is my enemy, he is my father, he is my enemy's father, the moment you think that everything is different from me, this wall is different, this house is different, this tree is different and I am different. So the moment you think that all the beings and all the objects in the world are different from you, you are the subject who is looking at all the objects are different from you. They say it creates fear because any one of them may turn against you. The moment I think this fan is different from me, then I will think, oh my Lord, this fan may get loose and fall on me. And if I knew that I am the same, then I am in constant contact with it. Then if I want, I can stop it. And that is why when an elephant in red came running towards Buddha after having trampled over several people, Buddha simply stood and looked at it with compassionate eyes. He was able to influence it. It immediately came down and prostrated, it remained there in the posture. So, when once you know that everything is linked, when you know that link, then there is only, you are linked to yourself with a cosmic mind is everywhere, then everything is under you. It is just like a master computer in the headquarters of the Canara Bank in Manipur, with all small computers in every bank, each one having the history of its own holders. So if all these small computers, they are all lost, then they can all work with the master computer which is there in the headquarters. So that is what happened. So try to get out of the duality, and then, as I again said, you find out who you are, then you will find that you alone exist. They are all like your dream figures. All the dream figures are your imagination, your thoughtfuls, you created them. You create them out of what? Your pot is made out of mud. Your vessel is made out of copper. So the copper is the material cause for it, out of which it is being made. So what is the material cause for all the people who came? You are thoughtful. You became all. You became the friend in your dream. You became the enemy in your dream. So in that case, when once you are aware of it, then there is no fear. Even when the tiger came, you need not be afraid. That is why when that great criminal called Angulimala, he had taken 999 people, he had massacred and had kept their fingers. He is called Angulimala. He has kept those fingers as his mala. He was in need of one more to make thousands. He was waiting when he came. He said, hey, stop. Don't go further. He was walking further. I say you stop. He said, my dear, I had stopped a long back. I do no activities. It is you who are still continuing. He said, I don't understand. Then he began to talk. He began to hear. He became his disciple. He said, what should I do? He said, go back to the place, the same city, whose people you have murdered. Go and seek for alms. Say, Bhavati Bishandehi, give me alms, give me some food. Go there and do. He went there. The moment they knew that he has left off all his violence, he has come in passivity, people began to throw stones. So his entire body was full of wounds. He went back and said, Buddha, this is the bhiksha I got. Very good, very good. So you have eaten it? Come on. Again when he went the second day, again. But when they found that he was now absolutely okay, they themselves took pity. From the third day he was getting good food. So that is what happens.
That means we will become fearless one day.
You will become fearless the day you live off. You understand who you are. When you know that there is nobody apart from you, it is you are imagining you have created everybody. Your enemy is you. If supposing Amitabh Bachchan in a cinema of Ramayana, he became Ravana, he became Ram. So in Ravana he comes with a big mustache, and then he comes, Ram, today I am going to finish you. And then he just abuses him like anything. Well, is he really abusing? He will not take anything because you are the same. It is the same Amitabh Bachchan in both roles. So it has no sting. So similarly, that day you live on, the sting is called the fear. So the sting goes when you know that all are you. So that is the stage you have to come. Unfortunately, again and again there is the Brahmastra as they call it. There is the ultimate weapon. There is nothing else. You have to know who you are, then everything will clarify itself.
Swamiji, how useful lectures and books in one's spiritual journey?
See, in the initial stages they are quite good because you have no idea of anything at all. And if only those lectures and all that come from fairly, say a monk, say an ordinary household who has been living a very good life, a life of moral, a life of values, and perhaps a man of God who has been trying to do some sort of a sadhana, not necessarily has achieved anything. So even a word from him may sometimes incite you or induce you to think of him, it will suddenly put you on. But this indiscriminate reading of books and lectures is going to harm you. So long as you have not come to a proper path with the help of a guru and a proper guide, don't go into all types of things. Take only those where the gurus are non-controversial. When everybody admits now, as got Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, nobody has got two opinions about him. As got Vivekananda, nobody has got two opinions about him. Now the same thing with Osho. You will find his books are excellent. Sometimes his knowledge is something to be wondered at. It is so deep, which only a man of some realization only will be able to know. But at the same time, there are people who consider him as wayward, consider him that he is just like Pushpavan Singh in a much worse way, in a monk's garb. It becomes like that. So naturally, such people, it is better not read. Your mind will be either confused or it may go into a wrong direction again. So that is why in the initial stages, you read such books and all that. Either you read standard books like the Upanishads, where there are no controversy as far as you are concerned, or some great people like Vivekanandas, like Ramanas and all that. Whether you understand or not, you can read it. But don't go in for things where, say, Jai Krishnamurti is again controversial. He says, there is no God, there is no this thing. See, he is very good. He is a man of culture. But his method is different. See, the infinite has got infinite paths. So your path may not be that. You will not know how to choose. You will have to leave it to the guide. Till the guide comes, be careful. Confine yourself to standard people, standard lectures of standard people, or standard books. That's what I would advise.
Swamiji, you have been blessed with a lot of grace of Lord and your Guru also. How to get the grace of Lord and Guru in one's life?
See, now there is a chap who is appearing for his MBBS final examination. He knows he has not made much study at all. He is in a margin. He may or may not pass, he is not very sure, just only that minimum knowledge he has got. Now he wants to get grace marks. What should he do to get the grace marks? If he gives an empty paper, nobody is going to give you grace marks. All the 40% nobody will give you. You have to strive your level best. So that out of 40% which is the minimum pass mark, you get at least 38. Then the grace comes, he takes pity. So if you do nothing, if you give an empty paper, the Lord will not come and give you the grace. So similarly, you have to try to do your sadhana to the best of your ability. And then the grace comes. Because with all the sadhana you did, you just applaud, you applaud yourself. Oh, I have done so much, 24 hours I sat, a long meditation, Saturday to Sunday. See, there is nothing compared to what you have done in all these years. Out of 24 hours, even the best of them, you ask, how much time do they spend? Out of 24 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, then the entire 16 hours to 18 hours, the maximum you are spending on the world. And you have already spent all your 24 hours and thousands of hours earlier. So now when you sit after doing 8 hours, if you think that God will come and will dance before you saying, oh, thank you, my dear, out of 24 hours, you have given me 6 hours, how great of you, what can I do for you? So do you expect him to come and dance, or the world will come and dance before you? So naturally, you have to strive your level best. The grace is definite to come. It is the grace which, here the grace mark is given up to 70%, barely 20 to 30% is whatever maximum sadhana you have does. Everything goes to the grace. The grace does not come from anywhere, because the entire Ganges is in the water bottle itself. So it is that water bottle Ganges should take pity on itself, its own kripa, its own grace works. So finally the grace of the Lord, the grace of the Sadguru is called Atma Kripa. It is the grace of your own self. Have pity on you, you strive your level best and do some sadhana, then he does his work.
Swamiji, some practical question. Like, what will be the type of sadhana you will suggest for a modern man busy with his business, professional commitments, and is having very little time to spare for spirituality?
Yes. See, what he can do is, even the one who is supposed to be extremely busy and all that, they got time for their meals. They got definitely time for the sleep, otherwise they can't work. So as such, they should be able to squeeze out at least half an hour out of 20 hours. If somebody says, I can't, well, I will believe it. Only thinks it is very tasteful. It will come. Then apart from that, what one can do? In the morning to evening, suppose you are a general manager of a firm, you are sitting, you are sitting alone and doing nothing, accepting papers from morning to evening, 100 people come and ask 100 questions. Before you start from your house, your son comes and asks me, Papa, can I take the diary which you brought yesterday? I require a rough notebook. You answer him, hey, don't take it, man, I have reserved it for something else. So before you answer such question, morning to evening there will be 100 people who ask 100 questions. In the office, somebody will come and say, sir, that customer is again and again coming, sir, what shall I reply? He has given an application, you have not taken a decision on that.